Ling San is another really useful formula. It has lots of uses, but basically it's good to know that it is within the Tai Yang chapter, so there is an element of cold, an aversion or a strike of cold from the external environment that led to a loss of yang, that led to the bladder shutting down. So Ling San patient has generally a reduced urination. They may have a predisposition to UTIs, but the urination has reduced a bit. So it's not increased urination, it's reduced urination. And what happened was they got cold, they were exposed to cold weather, and then their yang was depleted, and then their bladder shut down because bladder is Tai Yang, and then the cold is exposed to the back, to the bladder channel, to the Tai Yang channel. The yang is kind of left the lower and it's gotten cold, and then the bladder shut down. So the little bit of Guaja in there is to rewarm that bladder, rewarm the blood a little bit, help the bladder relax, and then you've got the diuretics like the JGYL Lines, but basically just to take all that fluid that has been trapped in the bladder for a little bit of time to release it. So it can be used, as simply as a diuretic or to release some damp from the bladder channel. I know sometimes in Japan they use it when there is a damp strike to the back causing back pain, but you really want to see some kind of thirst or vomiting water, or a reduction of urination from your normal day-to-day urination frequency of whatever, every 2 hours or something, 2 to 3 hours. So why is there thirst in this case? Because water in Chinese medicine sense must be, so the water sits in the kidneys and bladder in the lower, and it's steamed up to the mouth with the function of warming. So this warming dysfunction here is not from the heart being weak, but it's from the heat leaving the kidneys and the bladder and not being steamed up to the mouth. So there'll be a dryness of the mouth, but when they drink water, they don't really want water because they're still full of water because the bladder's blocked, bladder's shut down, and there is less urination. So there's still some stagnancy of water in there. That's what can lead to a UTI. But there is no urination pain at this point. There is no burning in urination. It's not a full-blown UTI. It's just, I'm not weeing so much today. This is a bit of an issue. I've been out in the cold. As the weather changes, you might start noticing some Ling San patterns. Ling San can be used with other formulas. I know in Japan, etc., Dr. Huang uses Sha Chai Tang, and Ling San calls it Chai Ling Tang, uses a Sha Yang pattern with a Tai Yang pattern. That may be a little bit complex, but basically what we're seeing with the straight up Ling San pattern is patient may drink water because they're thirsty, but then they dislike it, or they can even vomit water. Not vomiting solid food, this is vomiting water, clear water, and then the reduction in the bladder, in urination output.